Good morning, children. Welcome back to mathematics class. Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. Fine, children? Okay, let us start today's lecture. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 4, quadratic equations, lecture number 5, and the content I am going to cover from NCERT. Children, this is the last lecture of this chapter, that is chapter number 4, quadratic equations. Children, in previous lecture, that was lecture number 4, we did the word problems based on quadratic equations. Fine, I told you there are 3 ways to solve quadratic equation. Number 1, completing the perfect square method. Number 2, factorization method. And number 3, quadratic formula. Fine, children? Okay, in this lecture, the topics which I am going to cover, they are number 1, nature of roots. Number 2, word problems based on discriminant, and number 3, the value of unknown when the nature of roots is given. For that, children, I am going to take the questions from exercise 4.4 from NCERT. Let us start today's very first topic, that is nature of roots. Children, by quadratic formula, you know that the roots of the quadratic equation, this is the generalized form of a quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. And then the roots will be, using quadratic formula, they are minus b plus minus whole under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Or we can even call it minus b plus minus whole under root d upon 2a. What is this d? Basically, this b square minus 4ac is replaced by d. Children, when I explained you the derivation of the quadratic formula, at that time also I told you that this b square minus 4ac is known as discriminant. What do we call it? Discriminant. Fine. Where d is equal to b square minus 4ac is called discriminant. Correct? Now, the nature of roots means what kind of roots are going to be existing. Whether they are real roots, whether they are imaginary, whether they are distinct, whether they are same. So that basically depends on the value of discriminant, that is d. And what is d actually? That is b square minus 4ac. Let us discuss the 3 cases which would tell us what kind of d is there, because on the basis of d only we can just tell the nature of the roots. Case number 1, when d is equal to 0, that is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then quadratic equation has 2 equal real roots, or even I can call them coincident roots. Fine. Means definitely you know, children, that in a quadratic equation there are the possibility of existing of 2 roots, and those 2 roots will be real, and plus they would be ditto same, means they will be equal roots as well. This is case number 1, depending on d is equal to 0, means discriminant is equal to 0. Now let us discuss case number 2. Case number 2, when d is greater than 0, that is b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then quadratic equation has 2 distinct real roots. Distinct means different. Definitely there will be the existence of 2 roots, but they both will be distinct of each other. They will be different from each other, and of course they will be real also. Now let us discuss case number 3, when discriminant is less than 0, that is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then quadratic equation has no real roots. In that case, I explained you, children, that no real roots will exist. So what kind of roots will be existing? Definitely imaginary roots will be existing. So what can we say? So we can say that the roots of the quadratic equation, because in 10th standard I told you that we will be dealing with the real roots only. So the roots of the quadratic equation do not exist. Fine, because here we are going to talk about the real roots, not about the imaginary one. Correct? To make you understand this concept, I am going to take the very first question, B part, from exercise 4.4. What does the question say? Find the nature of the roots of the given quadratic equation. If real roots exist, then you have to find them also. Children, now I have just told you the 3 conditions. If d is greater than 0, then definitely real roots will exist, but the roots will be distinct. If d is less than 0, then there is no need to calculate the roots, because we know that imaginary roots are going to be exist. But if d is equal to 0, then again real roots will exist, but the roots will be equal also. So definitely the nature of the roots depend on discriminant only. So what we have to do in this question, we have to find the nature of the roots. So what is to be done? Definitely we will have to calculate discriminant. So to check whether the real roots exist or not, what we are going to do, children? We are going to find discriminant, correct? The formula of discriminant, you know, that is d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now from where we will be getting this b, a and c? Of course, you will have to compare the given quadratic equation with its generalized form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So when you are going to compare this given quadratic equation with its generalized forms, then a will be 3, this is 3. B will be minus 4 root 3, minus 4 root 3. And what would be c? C will be plus 4. Correct, children? Now I am going to insert these values here in b square minus 4ac. It would be minus 4 root 3 whole square minus 4 into 3 into 4. Minus into minus will give you plus. 4 square is 16 and root 3 into root 3 will give you 3. So 16 into 3 will give you 48. Minus, here also again you will be getting 48 by their product. Correct? So what is d? D is equal to 0. So when d is 0, I have just told you the condition, children. What kind of roots are going to be exist? Real roots and of course equal roots also. Correct? Now, after finding discriminant, as it is said that when real roots are going to be exist, you have to find those roots as well. So children, I am just going to apply quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? Minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac. So in place of b square minus 4ac, can I write d, which is known as discriminant, upon 2a is equal to, what should I write here? B is minus 4 root 3. So minus into minus will become plus. Plus 4 root 3 plus minus. What is d? D is 0. And under root of 0 will also give you 0. So just remove this term from here. So 2 into 3. What is the value of a? That is 3. So you will be getting 4 root 3 upon 6. Cancel them by the table of 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6. Here also further you can cancel them. When you are going to cancel root 3 by 3, you will be getting 2 upon root 3 as the root of equation, quadratic equation. So see children, what I have got? 2 root 3 upon 3. Again they both are going to be cancelled. So I have got 2 upon root 3. Now you may be thinking that x is equal to 2 upon root 3. But as it is a quadratic equation, so definitely 2 roots are going to be possible. So thus the equal roots are 2 upon root 3 and 2 upon root 3. Correct? Because d is equal to 0. So definitely the roots will be equal. Fine, children? Now children, let us switch to the next topic which I am going to cover today. That is the value of unknown when nature of roots is given. So for that I am going to take question number 2 from exercise 4.4. Find the value of k. Here k is unknown to us. For the given equation so that it has 2 equal and real roots. So you know the condition. What is the condition for equal and real roots? That is discriminant is equal to 0. So this has been given to us that d is equal to 0 and ultimately we will have to find the value of k. So I am going to take second question, second part. The statement is kx into x minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. Children, this is not the generalized form of quadratic equation. So I am going to multiply kx by x minus 2. Sorry, it would become kx square minus 2kx plus 6 is equal to 0. Now this is the generalized form of a quadratic equation. By comparing it with its generalized form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, we get a is equal to k, b is equal to minus 2k and c is equal to 6. Correct? Now children, according to question, what is given to us basically? We will be having that the roots are real and equal. So what can we say? That discriminant is equal to 0. This is the condition for real and equal roots, that is d is equal to 0. So that would be b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. What is b? Minus 2k whole square minus 4 into, at place of a I am writing k, into 6 is equal to 0. So it would become 4k square minus 24k is equal to 0. While taking 4k as common, I have got k minus 6 is equal to 0. So as 4k and k minus 6, their product is 0. So what can I say? Either 4k is 0 or k minus 6 is 0 or both are 0. So 4k is equal to 0. So through that, children, I have got k is equal to 0. And if I am going to put k minus 6 is equal to 0, so I will be getting k is equal to 6. But children, here k is equal to 0 will be considered as a rejected value. There is a reason behind it. See, suppose if k becomes 0, then this kx square will also become 0. And of course, this 2kx will also become 0. So will it be a quadratic equation in that case? No. Fine, it will be having a constant term in it. So we cannot call it as a quadratic equation in that case. So that's why k is equal to 0 will be considered as the rejected value, because the coefficient of x square and x becomes 0. So ultimately, what would be the value of k? K is equal to 6. Correct, children? Now children, I am going to switch to the next topic, that is word problem based on discriminant. So for that, I am going to take question number 4. Is the following situation possible? If so, determine their present ages. The sum of the ages of two friends is 20 years. 4 years ago, the product of their ages in years was 48. So we have to just check whether such kind of situation will be possible or not. So this question is basically based on the word problem of discriminant. So let us start its solution. Let the age of one of two friends be x years and the age of the other friend will be, of course, 20 minus x years. Why? Because the sum of the ages of both the friends is given 20 years. Fine. If the age of one friend is x years, so definitely the age of the next one will be 20 minus x. Now children, according to question, we have been given 4 years ago. Suppose the age of one friend was x years, so definitely 4 years ago his age was x minus 4 years, and the age of the another friend was 20 minus x. So definitely 4 years ago his age was 20 minus x minus 4 is equal to 48. The product of the ages of both the friends 4 years ago is given 48. Correct? So this is x minus 4 into 20 minus 4 will become 16 minus x is equal to 48. Let us start multiplication of these two expressions. X into 16 will give you 16x minus x into x, x square, minus 4 into 16 will give you minus 64, and minus 4 into minus x will give you plus 4x is equal to 48. Let us simplify. Minus x square. Fine. Now this is 16x and 4x. Both are with plus sign. So will become plus 20x. Minus 64 is equal to 48. Correct. Now this would be minus x square plus 20x. I am going to bring this 48 on left hand side. It would become minus 48. Minus 48 and minus 64 will give you minus 112 is equal to 0. While taking minus 1 as common, I will be getting x square minus 20x plus 112 is equal to 0. Correct, children? Now this is the required quadratic equation based on the given situation. But we have to check whether we will be capable to find the ages of both the friends or not. As I told you that this is a word problem based on discriminant. So let us check the discriminant first. And discriminant is b square minus 4ac. So for that you have to compare this quadratic equation by its generalized form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So while comparing both of them, I am going to get a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 20 and c is equal to 112. So let us find D, that is B square minus 4AC is equal to, at place of B you will be writing minus 20. It's whole square minus 4 into A into C. Correct? So minus 20 whole square will give you 400, minus 4 into 112 will give you 448. So you will be getting minus 48. Correct? Children, you know, because D is negative, so definitely this is less than 0. So what was the condition when discriminant was less than 0? That there will be no real roots exist, only imaginary roots will exist in that case. So this implies that real roots are not possible. So whatever situation you will be having based on the ages of two friends, that condition, fine, you cannot solve that condition basically. You cannot solve that situation. So the solutions do not exist. Hence, the situation is not possible. So such kind of situation can never ever be possible. Why? Because the roots will not be real. They will be imaginary, as discriminant is less than 0. Correct? Now children, I am going to take example number 15. This is very important example, and it is based on the concept of upstream and downstream, which I have taught you in previous chapter as well. Fine. So let us start. A motor boat whose speed is 18 km per hour in still water takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometers upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Find the speed of the stream. Children, before I start switching to the solution of this question, let us recall the same concept which we did in a pair of linear equation in two variable. Children, there we were going to find speed of stream as well as speed of the boat in still water. We were going to calculate both the things. There children, we were dealing with two variables. Fine, but here we are going to deal with one variable only. Correct? So here we will be knowing about the speed of the boat in still water. Fine. So we have to find out only the speed of the stream. So let us start the solution. Let the speed of the stream be x km per hour. Now speed of boat upstream is equal to, you may be knowing, I explained you the concept that you have to subtract the speed of the current from the speed of the boat in still water. Correct? To find out the speed of the boat in upstream direction. Fine? Because the water always flows to the downward direction, but if suppose we are trying to take our boat to the upstream side, definitely the speed of the boat will be reduced. So that's why we have calculated the speed of the boat upstream as 18 minus x km per hour. Correct? Now let us discuss about speed of stream downstream. When water is also flowing on the downward direction and boat is also going towards downstream, so definitely the speed of the boat will be increased. So how will we increase it? Speed of the boat in still water plus speed of the current, or even I can call it speed of stream. Correct? So this will be 18 plus x km per hour. Fine children? Now which formula do we require basically to solve this question? Correct. We require the formula of time. Now what is the formula of time? Time taken to go upstream. First of all, formula. Let us recall the formula. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So now I am going to find out the time taken to go upstream. What is distance? Distance is 24 km. Fine. And what is the speed in case of upstream? That is 18 minus x. We have just calculated 18 minus x km per hour. So this is distance upon speed when this is basically the time taken to go upstream. So that is distance upon speed. Fine. So this much hours the boat is going to take when it is moving towards upstream. Now let us find the time taken to go downstream. Definitely again distance upon speed will be applied, but here now you have to take downstream speed. That is 20 upon 18 plus x. Correct? So it would become 20 upon 18 plus x will become time. Correct? Because this is distance upon speed and this is that time of the boat when it is moving towards downstream. Now children, according to question, it is said that a motor boat takes 1 hour more to go 24 km upstream than to return downstream. So what is this? This is basically the time taken by the water boat when it goes to upstream. Fine. And 24 upon 18 plus x is that time when it goes to downstream. So this time is 1 hour more than this time. Means 24 upon 18 minus x is 1 hour more than 24 upon 18 plus x. So if this is 1 hour more, so either I have to subtract 1 from this time so that both the timings will be equal, or I have to add 1 in this downstream time so that both the timings will become equal. Correct? Now simple, we are going to just simplify it. I am going to bring this 24 upon 18 plus x on left hand side. So this will be equal to 0, taking 24 as common. But I am going to get in bracket 1 upon 18 minus x minus 1 upon 18 plus x. Let us take LCM. LCM will be 18 minus x into 18 plus x. This is going to be cancelled. So here I am going to get 18 plus x minus 18 plus x and 18 plus x are going to be cancelled. So here I will be getting minus 18 plus x is equal to 1. Correct, children? Now plus 18 and minus 18 are also going to be cancelled with each other. And now children, in denominator you will be having 18 minus x into 18 plus x. That is a minus b into a plus b. So definitely we will have to apply identity a square minus b square. That is 18 square minus x square. Okay. Now what is 18 square? That is 324. So in numerator I have got 24 into 2x upon 324 minus x square is equal to 1. While cross multiplying, children, I have got 48x is equal to 324 minus x square. So bringing both the terms on left hand side, I have got x square plus 48x minus 324 is equal to 0. Now children, I am going to apply quadratic formula. I could go with factorization also, or while completing the perfect square method also. So let us apply quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus whole under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this will be minus 48 because b is 48 plus minus whole under root 48 square minus 4 into what is a? A is 1 into what is c? C is minus 324 upon 2 into 1. So I have got minus 48 plus minus 48 square will be 2304 plus 4 into 324 you will be getting 1296. Correct? Add both of them. Here you have got, children, a complete perfect square, that is 3600. It is a perfect square of 60. Correct? So I have got minus 48 plus minus 60 upon 2. Now as you know, we are dealing with the quadratic equation, so definitely two roots will exist. So one root you have to find out while taking this plus sign and another while taking minus sign. So the roots will be minus 48 plus 60 upon 2 and minus 48 minus 60 upon 2. Correct? So after simplifying, minus 48 plus 60 you will be getting 12 upon 2 and here you will be getting minus 108 upon 2. Correct? Simplify them. Here you have got 6 and minus 4 as two values of x. Now children, out of those two values, minus 54 will be the rejected one. Why it is so? Because we considered x as the speed. Correct? And if I am going to take x is equal to minus 4, so definitely you know that the speed can never ever be negative. So what would be the speed of the stream? That is x is equal to 6 kilometers per hour. Now children, that's it for the day. This is the time now to get mathematics homework. Please note down your maths homework. Your maths homework is that you have to do questions. First question A and C. Second question first part, that is A part. Question number 3 and question number 5 of exercise 4.4 in homework notebook along with classwork questions. Correct children? Children, in my previous lecture, I gave you the revision work. Hope you may have done that revision work. Fine. And children, today the chapter has been finished. In next video, I am just going to take the summary of this chapter number 4, that is quadratic equation. And after that, you be ready for the test. Thank you and have a nice day.